27 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Copidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It is Wednesday, the 7th day of May. And indeed, it is a good day to have a good day. No matter what the odds are against you, you've got life, right? Yeah, you're alive. You're on the wake-up list this morning, and you ought to be eternally thankful and grateful for that. I am. Life is never as planned, you understand? And the sooner we get to understand and come to terms or come to grips with that, the easier it will become. Many are the plans of man, but it's the master's purpose that gets fulfilled. So remember that. You plan, but that might not be God's plan. And his plan is always bigger and better. Remember, no is also an answer. Wait is also an answer. I know we often like to hear yes, yes, yes. Can I have this? Yes. Can I get this? Yes. No, sometimes the better answer might be wait a while. Just hold on. Let it get bigger. You understand? Oh no, this is not good for you. This will lead you down the wrong track. So be mindful of that. Saying good morning to Jelly and McIntyre, Cicely Blackman, Monica Mayrose Williams is with us as always. Interesting revelation yesterday. Good morning, Daddy Godwin and Miss Joan. Hope you all are doing fine. Yes, Sylvina Charles, good morning. Yulin Alexander, good morning. Mildred is with us as always. She and Shem and everybody. Nice. Nice. It's 25 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. Veronica Sandy, good morning. Yolan Swan is going to lock in anytime from now. Good morning, Erlin, and all those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning. Those of you in Washington, D.C., those of you in Winterpeg, Doc, and Candy, good morning. Jesiah, how's the baby coming? Hope everybody is fine. Those of you in Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, yeah, New Jersey, good morning. Nice. Reverend Samuel Caesar and the folks at East Flatbush, New York, Crossroads Radio, the entire Brooklyn posse, good morning. Nice. So good to have you with us as always. It is a good day to have a good day. 24 minutes on to 7. Grenada, good morning. Grandans Valley, Montu. Joanne and Devin, good morning to you all. Point Celine, good morning. Caliste, good morning. Lansapine, Grandans Valley, Woodlands, Woburn. Grenada is such a beautiful place, man. Veronica Sandy, how you doing? You all right? All right, let's get into the word of the day. Mary E. Banks, good morning to you. All right, the word of the day today is a nice word. That word is subtle. Subtle. S-U-B-T-L-E. That's how it's spelled. Subtle. No obvious, delicate, not obvious or delicate. That's what it means, subtle. Here's how we can use the word in a sentence. The perfume had a subtle hint of a vanilla. Yeah, I like those with mace. And I don't wear perfumes, I wear cologne. Good morning to the folks at Duty Free. Yeah, Miss Mark and everybody. Kemi, good morning. Downtown St. George's, good morning. The town of Grenville, La Bay. Good morning to the folks inside of Ford, Vernice and Brenda and Ricky. I'm in Granbra, so of course I'm gonna say good morning to Uncle Glide. And how you doing? You and the entire family. Everybody good? Nice. Verna, good morning to you. The folks inside of Hope, good morning. Teacher Rufin, Teacher Yvette and family. Mount Carmel, good morning to Randy Isaac Moore. Miss Isaac, I can't remember the first name. To you and Udin. Yeah, Udin. And the entire household. Randy. Hey, Randy, have you been? Can't complete that sentence on TV, right? Mount Carmel, good morning. Munich. Petlin, how you doing? Still resting, right? I'm coming down and saying good morning to the folks in Bacolet and Mama Can. Edson Ajamu, Mitchell and family, good morning. Mami Liris, Rastiba, Moyaki, all the families up there in Munich. And Mama Can, that is. Yeah, nice. Debbie, what's up? You and the family. The folks at Village Bakery, good morning. The little snack it right on the bridge there, Miss B, I think. She's also Miss B. There's a Miss B in coffee as well. Good morning. Nadisha, good morning. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Hey. Declutter your environment. I told you about that. A tidy space leads to a clear mind. Organize your surroundings to reduce distractions. Declutter your environment. Remember that a tidy space leads to a clear mind. Organize your surroundings to reduce distractions, and that surroundings doesn't necessarily have to be physical, right? Your mental space as well. Yeah, it's so important that you have the right mental space. You clear out, you tidy up your mental space. Get rid of all the things and all the people and all the clutters that will detract you and distract you. Yeah. Choose your acquaintances and your friends wisely. All right. Nice. I told you Yolan was going to be with us shortly, yeah? Good morning, Yolan. How do you do? All right. That is not where I want to come. I want to come here. Joan Brathwaite Batson, good morning. Destined to win, overcomer. Blessed morning. Have a wonderful day today. Stay safe. I'll do my best. Michelle Daniel is with us. Catherine Phillip. Yeah, good. All right. Good morning to Emerson Sandy. He always listens to you. Yeah, good morning. Emerson. Emo. Hope you're doing fine. Let's see what's buzzing. What's buzzing this morning quickly? A number of things are happening, man. A man charged with non-capital murder. Another one, yeah? This is getting concerning, right? One life lost is one too many, especially in these sort of circumstances. But nonetheless, it's in the news. In the region, the nursing assistants who made false claims about Adriana Young's autopsy surrenders to the police. Internationally, Ugandan activist reportedly held by military chief shows signs of torture. In sports, Windward Islands women edged Trinidad and Tobago in a tense, low-scoring clash at the T-Blaze tournament. Yeah, Afi Fletcher was in the mix. Those are the buzzing stories. Of course, you know you'll have much more of that in the AM edition. Sherian Nichols, good morning, my spicy people. Good morning, Sherian. How are you doing this morning? The folks on the western side of the island, Shies by in Victoria. Victoria is in a tense mode at the moment, man. May the Holy Spirit, just pass through and calm things down, eh? Cloche, good morning. Mount Granby. Guav, good morning. How is Guav doing this morning? Duquesne, Nongpariel. Good morning, Fudge and Sylvain. Silo. Yeah, good morning. Any cases, folks, it's time for us to, let me just see here. I know that my good friend would have sent this. All right, let me do this. Okay, let's do this. I always like to, take his quotes. I always thank God for stitching someone, marvelous people, into the fabric of my life. May God keep all my precious threads always happy. May God bless you all today and always. Happy Wednesday. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose, to them who are the called according to his purpose. And that's from Romans 8:28. Thank you, Papi. All right. Folks, we've got to head into the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. It comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Have you ever wondered how you can benefit from the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Program? Then IMA Grenada invites you to its public forum on May 13th at 5:30 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Regulations have changed to create more space for local participation, for local developers and those who want to become local developers to tap into new opportunities. Hear from top experts from the CBI Committee, IMA Grenada, and GIDC. This is your opportunity to learn the process, ask your questions, and learn how to be involved. So don't miss this chance. Remember, Grenada Trade Center at 5:30 p.m. on May 13th. See you there.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Coming up in the news, man charged with non-capital murder. In the region, a nursing assistant who made false claims about Adriana Young's autopsy surrenders to the police. Internationally, Ugandan activist reportedly held by military chief shows signs of torture. And in sports, Windward Islands women edge Trinidad and Tobago in a tense, low-scoring clash at the T20 Blaze tournament taking place at the Anna's Vale playing field in St. Vincent. We've got the details to these and more right after these messages.
Attention Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Good morning. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Rory Callist, a 37-year-old steel bender of Mount Hartman in St. George, has been charged with the offense of non-capital murder by intentionally causing the death of Dylan Callist, a 30-year-old construction worker of Mount Hartman in St. George, by unlawful harm. The charge follows investigations into a fatal chopping incident on Saturday, 3rd May 2025 at Mount Hartman in St. George. Mr. Callist made his first appearance at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, and was remanded to His Majesty's prisons. He is scheduled to reappear in court on Monday, 1st September 2025. Meanwhile, Damien Depredin, a 40-year-old businessman of H.A. Blair Street at St. George's, was charged with the offenses of possession of a firearm and assault with a deadly instrument. The charges stem from an incident on Saturday, 3rd May 2025 at Grandans in St. George. Mr. Depredin appeared at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday, 6th May 2025 and was remanded to His Majesty's prison. He is scheduled to reappear in court on Monday, 1st September 2025. The Grandlands community has been stricken by grief as a longtime resident loses his fight for life 2 weeks after a tragic road accident. The family of Hubert White, also known as Evans, a 59-year-old Montserrat national who had been living in Grenada for over 20 years, is mourning his loss after he succumbed to his injuries on Tuesday morning, 2 weeks after being struck by a vehicle in Grandans. Family and friends of White expressed to the media that the delay in emergency response was disheartening, noting the extended time it took for the ambulance to arrive at the scene. GBN extends its condolences to the family and friends of Mr. White. And finally, the Grenada Bankers Association, the GBA, has announced new banking hours for all financial institutions licensed by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the ECCB, operating in Grenada. The revised schedule will take effect from Friday, May 9th, 2025. Under the new hours of operation, Mondays to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., Fridays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This changes aim to streamline operations and enhance customer service across the banking sector. The GBA encourages all customers to take note of the updated hours and adjust their banking plans accordingly to avoid any inconvenience. There will be no changes to weekend services or access to online and mobile banking platforms, which remain available 24/7. For more information, customers are advised to contact their respective financial institutions. And that concludes the first segment of news, the local segment. Stay with us, the news from around the region, internationally, plus the sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. Turning our attention now to news from around the region. The nursing assistant who made false claims about Adriana Young's autopsy surrendered to police. We've got the details to these and more in this OCM News Network package.
In Guyana, where the body of a 67-year-old man was found at the bottom of a swimming pool. The find was made this morning at Toucan Mall, located in Amelia's ward. The man was said to be an employee and relative of the owner. Police are investigating. And there is a twist in the circumstances surrounding the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. A nursing assistant is reported to have surrendered to police. The woman claimed she witnessed the post-mortem on Adriana's body, which was found in a swimming pool of a hotel late last month. Police this morning confirmed the nursing assistant is Tiana Lewis King. She is said to have turned herself in to the police at the Criminal Investigation Department, accompanied by an attorney. The police had earlier issued a wanted bulletin for the nursing assistant for allegedly creating public mischief and attempting to pervert and obstruct the course of justice. The newly appointed Commissioner of Police, Dr. Richard Rosado, supports a 6-month state of emergency to help curb the increase in violence in Belize. Appearing on the television program Open Your Eyes, Commissioner Rosado, who took up his position over the last week, told viewers there has been an alarming spike in gun violence and has attributed the increase to ongoing feud among rival gangs. Belize recorded 89 murders last year, and for the first quarter of this year, the police are reporting a 7% decline over the same period last year. But the top cop said there is need for decisive action to restore peace and safety in the community. Yesterday, police said 37-year-old Nelson Henry, known as Mong, was gunned down in front of his children's home. It is said Mr. Henry was targeted by 2 men on a dirt bike, and police suspect the killing is gang-related. The authorities said the Ladyville community is grappling with the violence that has shattered their sense of security. In Trinidad and Tobago, Penelope Beckles Robinson is given her instrument of appointment as opposition leader. The ceremony took place this afternoon at President's House, Port of Spain. After receiving her instrument of appointment, Ms. Beckles said she was grateful to her colleagues for this opportunity.
I accept the trust of my colleagues and the General Council of the People's National Movement with deep humility and sincere gratitude as I assume the role of leader of the opposition. I bear on my shoulders the hope of citizens whose voices and votes have shaped this moment in our nation's democratic journey. Hope that buoys, not burdens, sacred trust that has been the wind beneath my wings. Today's ceremony is the public acknowledgement of a solemn pledge that I have long internalized, a pledge to serve you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, with love, humility, diligence, integrity, and unwavering commitment.
The Member of Parliament for Arima assured that she intends to serve the people.
I serve not for me, but for you, the people. I serve for you, the parent who dreams of a better life for their children. I serve for you, the entrepreneur in need of support to thrive. I serve for you, the young person who desires to further your education. I serve for you, the recent graduate seeking decent work. I serve for you, the student who needs special support to attain your educational goals. I serve so that the spirit of our national anthem transcends mere words. Here, every creed and race must find an equal place.
And that concludes the regional segment of news. Now, looking further afield, an opposition activist whom Uganda's military chief claimed to have held captive in his basement has appeared in court visibly weak and showing signs of torture, according to the justice minister. Eddie Mutwe, who acts as the chief bodyguard for Uganda's leading opposition figure Bobby Wine, went missing on April 27th after being grabbed near the capital Kampala by armed men, according to Wine's National Unity Platform party. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has announced the United States is abandoning its daily bombing campaign in Yemen based on an understanding with the Houthis, as Oman confirms that it has brokered a ceasefire between Washington and the armed group. Trump told reporters in the White House on Tuesday during a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, the Houthis have announced to the U.S. that they don't want to fight anymore. Trump claimed that the Iran-aligned Yemeni group capitulated and has promised not to carry out attacks on shipping. It launched those attacks in October 2023, shortly after the war in Gaza started, saying the attacks were in support of Palestinians. And finally, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has made his much-anticipated first visit to the White House as his country and the United States continue to spar over trade, tariffs, and the prospects of reimagining their shared borders. Seated across from Carney in the Oval Office on Tuesday, U.S. President Donald Trump continued to advocate for Canada becoming part of its southern neighbor. But Carney reiterated from his commitment to defending Canadian sovereignty in one of the few moments he interjected during his half-hour public appearance with Trump in the Oval Office. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. The Windward Islands women held the nerve to secure a gritty 3-wicket win over Trinidad and Tobago in a low-scoring contest on Monday at the Arnos Vale ground in the ongoing CWI T20 Blaze tournament. Chasing a modest target of 73, the Windwards recovered from a shaky start, losing their top 4 batters for just 10 runs to reach 73 for 7 in 18.2 overs. The run chase was anchored by Karina Noel, who top scored with 25 from 37 balls, and wicketkeeper Ernisha Fontaine, whose unbeaten 11 of 30 balls provided the calm presence required to guide her side home. Trinidad and Tobago's veteran spinner Anisha Mohammed made early inroads, finishing with impressive figures of 3 for 12 from her 4 overs. She was well supported by Sefi Sugrim, who claimed 2 for 13, and Samara Ramnath, who added another wicket in her 3.2 tidy overs. Earlier, Trinidad and Tobago women struggled with the bat after being put into bat first. Only Brittany Cooper, 20 of 46 balls, managed to provide any resistance in a labored inning that closed at 72 for 8 from their 20 overs. The Windward Islands bowling attack was relentless, led by Selena Ross, who returned figures of 2 for 5 from her 4 overs, including 2 maidens. Zaida James, 2 for 9, and Afi Fletcher's 2 for 10 also played key roles in stifling the scoring, as no batter other than Cooper managed to reach double figures until the late innings. The Windward's clinical performance with the ball set the tone for the eventual triumph, despite a scare in the chase. The win marks an important bounce back for the team as they continue the campaign in the T20 Blaze tournament, while Trinidad and Tobago will be left to reflect on a missed opportunity in a match dominated by the bowlers. That's the sports at this time. We definitely will have more sports for you in our luncheon edition and, of course, in our prime news event at 7. Stay with us, folks. The weather forecast is up next.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Tricia Miller at the forecast desk at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning to you and good morning to listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east at 12 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1012.5 millibars, which is below the mean, but it's rising. Present temperature 28.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 75%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.3 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 26.5 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded here at DMBIA over the past 24 hours, hence the total for the month remains at 31 millimeters. Excuse me. Now the public forecast valid for today and for tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be generally fair but slightly hazy with light nighttime showers. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate, waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Tides will be high around midday and low about 7 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:22. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:44. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be generally fair but slightly hazy with light nighttime showers. From the Met Office, Tricia Miller.
Thank you very much, Tricia. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thanks, same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. St. George man charged with non-capital murder. In the region, nursing assistant who made false claims about Adriana Young's autopsy surrendered to the police. Internationally, Ugandan activist reportedly held by military chief shows signs of torture. And in sports, Windward Islands women edge Trinidad and Tobago in tense, low-scoring clash at the T-Blaze tournament, the T20 Blaze tournament. Now that has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening and viewing, wishing you a productive day and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi,
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Southern Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm committed to us?
She made me feel some measure of warmth, maybe even passion. If I decide to do this, I'll be doing it for you, no one else.
Labukan presents Rivals, playing at Labukan Creative Center, GCNA Complex, all weekends in May, Saturdays 8 p.m., Sundays 6 p.m., and Deluxe Cinema Grenville, Saturday, June 7, 8 p.m. Tickets from Grenadian Optical, Labukan, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go to Fit at $75. Sponsors Bryden and Miners Limited, Knights Auto, Sandals, GBN, Republic Bank, Trios Auto, Coop Bank, and Huggins. It's Rivals by Francis Urias Peters. Don't you miss it.
You better come back, boy. You better come back.
Coming up, crop over's already in the air, along with all the hype. They conquered the Caribbean. Now they're ready for the world. Solid financial support joins the battle versus severe medical conditions. There's absolutely everything you need and then some at this resort. It's all next on this station.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Montrouge Plainfield from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Harbour Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Ariza Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Ariza Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
right, a pleasant good morning to you, and welcome to the conversation for this morning. Of course, it's Wednesday, as you already know, and you know Wednesdays usually, well, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day is a Risers Day at the GBN. So
we love that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So this morning I am happy to be joined once again by my good friend Raylin Lazarus. She is representing a Riser Credit Union this morning, and it's Wednesday, so it's Money Wise. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Innocent, and good morning to your audience everywhere.
Yeah.
We know we're not just in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, so to our global peeps.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's get a little personal. Say good morning to our personal friend, Miss Reverend Samuel Caesar in Flatbush.
Good morning, Reverend Samuel Caesar in Flatbush.
Yes. You see him here? He says, good morning, family, watching from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York.
Very nice to have you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
And he'll be down shortly, so of course I'll make sure that he visits and do some business with us.
Very good. We love it.
Yes, lovely. Okay, so it's folks, it's 14 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we had a wonderful time last week. Subsequent to our program, a number of people called, and they were very excited about what is happening with Ariza. And a few of them called and said thanks because they picked up their goodie bag.
Nice.
So
lovely. Yes, that was ready and waiting.
Yeah, good. But this morning we want to take a more serious note because there's a season that is quickly approaching, the hurricane season, and Ariza is not just about financial seasons, it's about all seasons, and Ariza is ensuring that its members and the general public at large is prepared for the hurricane season. So we're going to look at disaster preparedness, not just physically. Of course, we know the physical aspect of it, we leave that up to NADMA and individuals to have the home emergency plan and so forth. But of course, after the worst case scenario, a disaster does strike.
Yes.
There is going to be some financial implications.
Of course.
And Ariza is always there to weather that financial storm.
I like that analogy, weathering the storm.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
All right. So there are some pointed questions here. When we hear a disaster preparedness, most people think of water, flashlights, and batteries. Yeah, of course, and a whole lot of things. Secure your food and your important
the canned
documents.
Stuff and the dry stuff. Yes.
But a very key part is also your financial preparedness.
Yes.
Because in the event that you get damaged, physically or your property.
Yes.
On Monday, Josephine talked about securing your stuff and so forth, the insurance and so forth. But when we talk about financial preparedness, disaster preparedness financially, what are we talking about?
Well, Ariza I want to start by saying Ariza takes a holistic approach to our members and our community. So as you said, in a sense, it's not just about, the financial planning, but the financial planning plays a big part in everything that we do. Money, there's a saying, money makes the world go around. And we need to make sure that our members are ready to weather the storm.
Okay.
So, when it comes to financial preparedness, it's crucial because it disrupts access. If you have a natural disaster and you don't know what that might be, it may be a hurricane, it may be a flood, whatever the emergency is, it disrupts access to your bank, to your ATM, to your workplace, to digital services. So if you don't have a plan in place, you'll be left quite literally up the creek without a paddle. And we want to make sure that that does not happen. So if you have a plan, then you're able to recover faster simply because, there's less stress involved, and we're here to help you get ready for that. We don't want to bring doom and gloom, but in this era of climate change, everyone's talking about it. We've seen what happens with the floods. We've seen how extreme the dry seasons can be, and we just don't know which way it's going to swing. The hurricane season is approaching, so we're saying, let's start talking now. It's not too late. Let's start talking now. If you already have a plan in place, great. If you don't, let's talk about how having your finances prepared could help you through what we hope will not be too tough a season.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting, very interesting. And having said that, having a financial plan in place. Now, what does that financial plan looks like? NADMA says have your home emergency plan, your flashlight, your batteries, your medication and everything. A financial preparedness plan. What does that look like?
Well, ideally, in an ideal world, we would say 3 to 6 months of essential expenses saved. And we're hoping that for all the chats that we've been having over the last few months, that listeners have already started putting something aside, and you know what your essential expenses are, right? So whether it's food, medical bills, your house insurance, that kind of stuff. If you have children, their education payments, you might have school fees or so on and so forth. But what we're saying is that even if you don't have 3 to 6 months, then please make sure you have quick access to your funds or cash. Remember, I just said you may have disruption to say the ATM, so it means having a little stash somewhere
under the mattress,
right? The pillowcase, right? Make sure that your insurance, or whether it's life, property, health, that's up to date, secure. You just mentioned, Nadma, talking about securing the physical things. Secure your important documents by all means, because if you need to prove who you are, identity, for example, you need to make sure you have something to speak to that. And then, of course, we're talking about what happens during. We always get ready for what happens during the storm and the physical assets, but after the storm,
that's where,
right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long it's going to take you to recover, so you want something that's going to tide you over for a little while. So a post-disaster budget, think about what if your income is disrupted. What will you do? Right? Is there a neighbor who will help? And hopefully there's enough of us with good neighbors, but that neighbor may also have other commitments, and they might not be as available, or it might not be as easy for them to help you as it would be in a good time. So post-disaster, we're glad we have good neighbors, but let's not lean on them too heavily. Yes,
because they might be looking for someone to lean on.
That's right. Well. Exactly.
But realistically speaking, most Grenadians, all right, the majority live from paycheck to paycheck.
Yes.
All right, not due to any fault of theirs. That's just how life is. Having said that, how do they start making that preparedness for that financial fund? That fund for disaster?
Really good question in the sense, especially sometimes, as you say, as hard as we might try, it just isn't possible. I like to use the expression, life keeps lifing.
I like that too.
And so you might have the best laid plans, and it just doesn't go according to plan. It's just not optimum. So it really comes down to sacrifice. Even when you think you don't have it, we will say start small. You can aim for $500, but $500 to begin, but $500 is a lot for some people. So start wherever you are, make a sacrifice. Give up that extra soda, an extra piece of cake. Maybe go, do a fast one day. Go without lunch, maybe if not for the whole day, but you can decide, I'm not going to, if you usually buy food, it could be something as small as a patty or, how about putting that away? So start somewhere. I mean, it's quicker to build your savings than you think. The issue is getting started. So once we get started, then there's a momentum that happens.
Yeah.
It
becomes a norm.
That's right, because there is a theory that it takes 21 days to build a habit. So
really?
Yes. So
and how many days to break that habit?
Well, no days at all. It takes a second. Which is why you have to keep going, and that's how it becomes the norm. Because once you get used to it, when you don't do it, something feels out of place.
Yeah.
So actually every Wednesday or every Friday, I don't have a soda. When you do have the soda, you think,
something's wrong.
Yeah, that's not.
Something is off.
Exactly. Yeah. So that begins. So build a habit, start small, and take it wherever you can get the extras. If you don't have extras, we would suggest giving something up, because the long-term rewards will be well worth it.
Okay. All right. Worst case scenario, the devil's advocate here, NADMA, collaboratively with the Met Office, sends out a bulletin that the forecast shows that. Folks, this is, I'm just animating here, right? That's not a real thing, but I'm just putting it in context, okay? NADMA, Met Office, puts out a bulletin that a storm is 3 days or 2 days away, all right? What steps can, individuals take to financially secure themselves?
I love actionable steps. So everything that I go to, whenever I think there's a learning opportunity, I love to be able to take takeaway. So I love this question, which is great. So I'm going to say I'm going to put myself in this position, and I'm going to say, of course, we've just mentioned those things earlier, some of them anyway. Withdraw a small amount of cash. If you don't have it stashed in a pillowcase, right? And I know that we do this as Grenadians. We wait for the thing to be upon us, and then you go and there's long lines everywhere and what have you, which is why, folks, we're telling you now, get a little bit of money, put it aside, put it away. Do not spend it. Okay, this is your emergency stash. So get some money. But if the disaster is imminent, you didn't do it, try to get some money, some cash on hand. Make sure your policies, as I say, wherever possible, insurance for life, health, etc., make sure that is up to date and paid for. Your property, pay your bills. Right? We know that the service may be interrupted, but if it isn't, you don't want that, because you don't have any money on hand, because you don't have access to the ATM, because your financial institution is closed, because they've been affected by the disaster as well, that when your services are back on, you are not able to have access to them. So pay your bills. Fully charge your devices. Right, for as long as it lasts. And again, the neighbor maybe will be 2 days, and then you'll have to run over to the neighbor who may have a generator or so, but it means that for 2 days you won't have to inconvenience or bother the neighbor, right? Store your important documents. That is something that NADMA would tell you all the time. And of course, if it's possible that you might have to move because of the disaster, and you know that there's a conversation you need to have with ARISA, your financial institution, please do so. Let us know where you are, so we don't think you've dropped off the face of the earth, because we're doing business, we care about you, and we want to make sure you're okay. So if a relocation of some kind is going to interrupt whatever is happening with your financial partner, then also please have that conversation.
And I'm happy that you interjected ARISA into it.
Yes.
Because as forward thinking as ARISA is, you wouldn't come to my program and talk about financial preparedness without ARISA having products to support. In essence, they've got the money where the mouth is.
That's right.
ARISA
yes.
So, having said that, what sort of products does ARISA have to accommodate a financial preparedness kit?
Okay, well, as I said, we take a holistic approach, right? We think about everything, and as you can see, we're proactive with it, so we're starting early. And at Ariza, you will be supported through financial consultation. So right now, I'm here telling you about making a plan. By all means, come in and talk to us so we can help you with that plan.
Talk to Ms. Marquez
That's right, exactly. You see, in a sense, you know the people. So yes.
Morning, Ms. Marquez.
Right, come in. We have that service, and we'd be happy to sit with you. Any of our financial technicians or experts will be happy to sit with you and have a discussion, and again, come up with something that works for you, a customized plan. So we're not trying to get you to hang your hat where your hand cannot reach, right? Very specific, customized approach to how we deal with our members. We have mobile and online banking tools, so you know about our AMI app. We have our website, so you can use those as well to track, to monitor your financial status, and to transfer funds if necessary, etc. Of course, we have community education. That's the reason I'm here this morning, and on financial preparedness. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're focusing today on, or even for this month, on disaster readiness in terms of financial planning, but financial planning and preparation is what is at the heart of Ariza, because we're supposed to be elevating our members and their quality of life. We take that mandate very seriously. Of course, should a disaster hit, and we would hope that it doesn't, but should it hit, we would offer moratorium. So, again, come in, talk to us about what you've got. We will make an arrangement. And we would also offer rescheduling to accommodate reduced payments. So, we've got you covered from beginning to end, people helping people.
Good, lovely, lovely. Now, after we would have shared all this information, all these pointers and so forth, there would still be the hard-headed person and say, I never needed a financial emergency plan before. Why would I need it now? What can you say to these people?
Honestly, it's quite straightforward for me. I think most of us have cars these days. We don't think we need a seatbelt. We think we're safe drivers, right? And we're secure. But you just don't know. So it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Think of your emergency fund as your seatbelt.
Right. You say that as a good old-time friend of mine all the way from Duquesne, Linda. Linda says better to have it than to want it.
Yeah, exactly. right there with you, Linda.
It's always better to have it than to want it. Okay, so now as we're wrapping, what are three key takeaways you want listeners to remember when it comes to the financial disaster readiness?
Disaster readiness, honestly, your emergency fund. And for that, I would say your three takeaways. Your emergency fund, start saving. No matter how small, start today. Put away $1, $5, $10. If you have 100, great. But put it away and begin where you are. So start now. You must have a plan. You must know what your risks are. You must make every effort to ensure that you are covered, you are protected. And third, come and talk to us at Ariza. Let us help you in this process of planning and on your journey to being prepared for the season.
Okay. And if there are any questions, queries, and so forth, the place to come is
Ariza Credit Union. Excuse me. We have 4 locations. We are in Grenville, we are in Grand Anse, we are in Carriacou, and of course at Bruce Street. You can also reach us via telephone 440-1759. You can reach us via our website and of course on social media, so Facebook and Instagram.
Folks, do not take this conversation lightly this morning. All right, all the other conversations we've had, they were very pertinent, but I think this one is closest to home. knowing what we're getting into.
Yes.
June is fast approaching.
Yeah.
All right. And remember also that Beryl struck us on July 1st last year.
That's right. June was barely over.
Yeah. So if you do not have a financial emergency plan as yet, let today be that starting point, all right? Start it today. As Raylene said, come into Ariza, sit and talk with one of the financial technicians and advisors, and they will help you structure a plan that is best suited to your situation.
Yes.
All right?
Very much so. And we look forward to, answering your questions and supporting our members and our community because, if we're all Grenadians, so if one hurts, we all hurt. And we don't want anyone hurting. So let us weather this storm together. Let us get prepared for the storm and weather the storm together.
Thank you very much, Raylene.
My pleasure.
Well spoken this morning. I really, I too learned from this program.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I thought I was living in a concrete house, so I had to prepare for,
Well, it doesn't have to be a hurricane.
That's the other point.
Innocent. These days, the natural disaster could be anything. Like I said, it could be a flood. I mean, again, don't want to scare anyone, but recently I felt a little tremor.
Yeah, we're having a lot about quakes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay, so folks, that's it for Money Wise for today, and please reach out to Ariza 440-1759, or you can check out the social media platforms and make that connection and have that conversation.
Yes, please. We look forward to speaking with you, however you choose to connect.
Good. Folks, that's it. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this message. The conversation continues. Don't you go anywhere.
Possible by Ariza Credit Union. Today's edition of Money Wise was made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and we've got 20 minutes within which we can have a conversation. Of course, 20 minutes is not substantive time enough for me to, state a specified topic. There are a number of issues out there that I know you would like to talk about. So I am going to have what we call an open line where you can call in and speak. I want to say good morning to Ms. Judy Benoit and her team, the Citizens Advisory Board. Thanks for sharing with us yesterday. I do hope that the information that was shared will be taken into consideration because they can save lives. And I do hope that we see other communities getting involved into organizations of that nature, and that we can have an overall body, a citizen advisory body that looks at the welfare of our citizens, even from a non-administration standpoint, Yeah, so give me a call, 435-2041. Let's go straight to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, Innocent. How you do?
I am doing fine. How about you?
I'm very well, thanks. Getting rid of that bad flu. Innocent, I have a very, very, and thank you for listening. Innocent, many years ago, I sued a millionaire in Grenada for defamation of character. Now,
say that again. I didn't get that.
I sue a millionaire in Grenada for defamation of character.
Okay.
And the day of the court, it reached to High Court. And the day of the case, the lawyer of the military called me into a room with permission from my lawyer. My lawyer is Hood, and the other lawyer is Wilkinson. And I tell you, it's not a joking matter, but I always make things a joke. She massaged me from my head. I never had that. My husband didn't know a good job. And my shoulder and everything. And she threatens me. And those are the threats. She called me by name. And she said, listen to me. Have you ever been to court before? I said, no. She said, well, let me tell you what goes on in the courtroom. She said, you can't make a statement. All you have to say is yes or no. And she says to me, 3 of us already, we have all the evidence. 3 of us already discussed your matter, the judge, myself, and Food. She called it in. And we've decided that we come to a conclusion that the matter will dismiss. So I am saying to you, take something small for the money that you already spent, to write and so on and so forth, and settle the matter. Because going to court is just, she explained to me, when the magistrate says dismissed, that means no way, you have nothing to claim and the other person have nothing to claim. In other words, the other person come out the winner. Now she must have been talking about an hour, approximately. And she reached to the point that no, I'm going to take my chances. And no. Look, she must have me until when I got set up sleeping and awake at the same time. And she says, this is it. You have to take this and call the figure. She says, I am giving you this, and I will pay your lawyer, and this is it. End of story. Now, you stay here. Now, the room where she brought me was in a room when you get into the courthouse, and right on your left, there was dark as night. And she left me there. She said, listen, don't go outside. And don't speak to nobody. My lawyer was not there. He gave me authorization to go with her from the courtroom. And then she said, don't speak to nobody, especially warm. So I sat there between sleep and wake and considering what she said. And she come back. But when she told me, take this and I will pay the lawyer fee, I said, And that's when she left and she went and she brought back within 10 minutes my lawyer and 2 ladies, she said was mediators. But those mediators was not in the room with me and my lawyer. So I asked Mr. Hood, I'm very much concerned about the lawyer fees. I said, Mr. Hood, how much do you charge? He don't answer. And both of them looking at each other, eyeball to eyeball. Ask him again the second time, how much do you charge? No response. When I said the third time, Mr. Hood, how much do you charge? She gets up again and she put her both hands on his shoulders and said, don't worry about him. I already taken care of him. Now, she said, this is my brother and my best friend. You're good going back to the courthouse now, the courtroom. So we went back inside there, and Mr. Hood called me. He said, come sign here. I said, Mr. Hood, I don't satisfied with that going there. Mr. Hood was not there. And I still want to take my chances and go to court. He said, it's criminal. Mister, you want to go inside the case, will dismiss, you will get nothing. I said, I want to take my chances. But in 2 minutes, I debate with him, but then he said, come and sign the paper and don't. I'm a lawyer. Don't you trust me? Anyway, I signed the paper. Innocent, I don't know what I sign. However, a month or 2 or 3, something like that, and the secretary of Mr. Hood called me, and she said, your check is here. Well, I go for the check. 3/4 of the check was out. I said, no, let me speak to Mr. Hood. And she put me on to the phone, to Mr. Hood on the phone. As soon as he picked up the phone, I said, good morning. And he said, he called me by name, don't you ever, with the tone of arrogance of a mountain, come back into my office again. If I ever see you in my office,
okay, caller, you have to wrap it up. Okay.
But I'm sorry we're missing the main point. But however, tomorrow I will continue from where I left out. But all I'm begging is for a hearing at the registry. And over a year now, or go to a year, they will not give me a hearing.
Okay. Try and get it sorted out. Yeah, try and get that sorted out, right?
I'm pleading for a hearing.
There are avenues that you can take that you can get this resolved, okay?
Man, I try everything already.
Okay.
No avail.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, okay? All right, thank you very much. Sometimes the legal system can be, in a case. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi, morning, welcome.
Yeah, what I concern about the present situation in Grenada. One put out one head in Grenada Valley. These things are not good for Grenada. I think the people down on that side need a spiritual puzzle. They need it, a spiritual puzzle.
That's a good idea. Why don't you initiate that, partners?
Well, according to the authority could handle that. Have a day of pray for these people in Grenada, and you understand?
Right.
These fellas just snorting cocaine whole day and killing one another whole night.
Okay. Pray for, start a prayer session for them, right?
Well, what I'm begging them to do is try to seek the kingdom of God and the righteousness, and these things, and other things will be added unto them.
That's a brilliant idea. So when you go to God in prayer, remember the folks, okay?
Of course.
All right. Thanks for your concern. You being a very good citizen, okay?
All the best.
All right. Have a good one. Folks, it's 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Natalia Ross, good morning. Good morning. Lydia Cameron, Sweetie Williams. All right. Agnes Dowden is with us this morning as well. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, innocent. Morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Welcome.
Sometimes I find we come across comically other people. Anyway, I'll just leave that there. When there's serious difficulties, we have to give deep thinking and analysis to the problem. We need to situate the problem we have with an origin. We are always reacting momentarily so when something happens without understanding that we have planted the seed a long time ago. I mean, and any bandage would not help the situation. There's a lot of things not right in this place. But it took quite a while most of us went to bed, sleeping, walking, even sleepwalking. And now when the thing is coming facing us, we are reacting in all kind of comical way. I mean, we just have to look at what happened, what took place in Trinidad in recent years, and also now in Belize. I mean, and think, well, that wouldn't happen to us if we don't really take corrective measure. No, I don't mean in reactive, draconian measures. We have to change how we live in this place. We are living like animals. In fact, I heard a trade union a few weeks ago on this radio station in response to a question or so said that this place is a dog-eat-dog place. I'm surprised that you didn't know that a long time ago. We have created a dog-eat-dog place since 83. And I'm hoping that salvation would come from heaven and somebody else. We have to do the salvation or we have to do the repair. And we are not doing. We had a mock situation where we said we had truth and reconciliation to one of the traumatic situations we had in Grenada. We have not done anything to do with people who are still suffering from the effect of the various hurricanes and systems that have come. I mean, even families who have lost, the people who lost families during the COVID and so on, they have a lot of issues and we're not dealing with it. We're just monkeying ourselves, unfortunately. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Someone says here, good morning, Innocent. The judiciary is a brotherhood. They stand with each other. Okay. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Gordon. How are you, sir?
I am alive and very thankful. How about you?
All right. It's just a little observation. As being a driver traveling through the St. George's route daily, I'm just bringing it to the fore so that it can be attended to. There is I wouldn't say a derelict vehicle, but on the Monge Road, after you pass, let's say, the Hubbard's Garage, Eddie Lawrence, coming down onto what we might know as a steel cotton tree, just before Mr. George, before you reach into Tempe by Decal. There is an old motor car on the side of the road there for a very long time. And it appears that some other vehicle might have run into it and damaged it even more. And it's in the road, it's disturbing the flow of traffic. I wonder if the traffic department cannot look into it, see who owns that vehicle, whether it's a garage there, because there's a gentleman there with a garage, and please remove it. It looks unsightly and is disturbing the flow of traffic.
Okay.
Please, Mr. Bond.
Okay. All right. So the members from the traffic department, this is something that you need to look into, the traffic department of the RGPF. Let's take that commercial break at this time, or final commercial break in the segment, and then we come back and do the wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
I have to tell you, I'm committed to us.
She made me feel some measure of warmth, maybe even passion. If I decide to do this, I'll be doing it for you, no one else.
Labukan presents Rivals, playing at Labukan Creative Center, GCNA Complex, all weekends in May, Saturdays 8 p.m., Sundays 6 p.m., and Deluxe Cinema Grenville, Saturday, June 7, 8 p.m. Tickets from Grenadian Optical, Labukan, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go to Fit at $75. Sponsors Bryden & Miners Limited, Knights Auto, Sandals, GBN, Republic Bank, Trios Auto, Co-op Bank, and Huggins. It's Rivals by Francis Urias Peters. Don't you miss it.
You better come back, boy. You better come back.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom.
At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Coming up, crop overs already in the air, along with all the hype. They conquered the Caribbean, now they're ready for the world. Solid financial support joins the battle versus severe medical conditions. There's absolutely everything you need and then some at this resort. It's all next on this station.
Hey GBN family, we've got a brand new home on Facebook and you need to be there. Follow us now on Facebook at Grenada Broadcasting Network -GBN. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, entertainment, and everything Grenada. Don't miss out. Like, follow, and share. Grenada Broadcasting Network. Stay informed, stay ahead. First with the news, fast with the updates.
All right, 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Before we wrap the program up this morning, just want to say good morning to you, my good friend Jillian McIntyre, and also Lauren Salim. All right, hope you all are doing fine. And Agnes, it's always a pleasure to have you on board with us as always. Mike, good morning. Mike Hutchinson, of course, that's who I'm talking about. Let's go back to the telephone line. All right, we lost that caller there. 435-2041. We've got just 90 seconds left on the program. Let's see who we can accommodate this morning. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Anderson.
Hi, good morning. I am doing fine. Stop that.
I realize as an ambassador, you're not getting any free passing places, man. Then you're going free at all.
Nah, not at all. They ain't treated me right.
Not in Uncle Gary time. The Calypsonian and the Carnival Queen and them, certain places they go free pass. They recognizing that the people are themselves.
Okay.
What I want to thing they mentioned yesterday morning in your program, I didn't get you. But it was surprising to me that with the officers, bicycles not licensed. Because nowadays it's all in the 60s. Right into the 70s, all bicycles use have a license and you have a number plate, a little white piece of enamel thing, and you bolt it either by your bell or your thing. And once the police didn't see that, they taking the bicycle. It was $5, and then you reach up to, in the 70s, you reach up to $9.
Okay.
Yeah. So thing that they're saying not happen. These things happen. They just abolish it and let it go.
Right.
So they're encouraging these guys. Once you don't see the bell or a light on a bicycle or that license, the police take it away.
Okay.
And nowadays they have so much modern lights and things. Nowadays the bicycle also have its own generator, something on the side by the front.
Yeah, I remember that. And when the wheel is rolling, yeah,
generating current.
Yeah.
And brighten up your light, and you have your brakes, everything.
But have you seen the kind of cycles that are coming out nowadays, man?
Yeah, they have so modern cycles, so the lights and all these things are modernization.
Nowadays, fellas don't have to pedal anymore, you know.
No, movement.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, have a good one. All right, it's time for us to wrap. Thank you for being a part of the program this morning. Winsome Slocum, good morning, my girl. Hope you're doing fine as always. We've got to go because we've got to join the BBC. If the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, place, frequencies, channels, and platforms. I love you. Bye-bye.